From the execution of Ned Stark to the horrific murder of Ross, Joffrey Baratheon left a bloody legacy across Westeros. Across 3 seasons of Game of Thrones, Joffrey was responsible for countless deaths, whether by his own hand or his cruel commands. The first person to taste Joffrey's cruelty was Mycah, a butcher's boy who got caught in the wrong fight. Joffrey was on a royal visit to Winterfell. Sansa, eager to impress him, walked with the prince along the Trident, a moment that felt like a fairy tale, until they stumbled upon Arya, sparring with Mycah, a butcher's boy. Joffrey was disgusted by the fact that a lowly boy was hitting Arya and challenged the boy to fight him instead. Mycah froze and begged it was all Arya's idea, but Joffrey didn't care. He cut the boy's cheek just to prove a point. This infuriated Joffrey, who retaliated by shattering her stick. Crying in the dirt, Joffrey dropped his blade. Arya grabbed it and threw it into the river before running off. And a few days later, Arya was found. But by then, Joffrey had already twisted the story, claiming Arya and Mycah attacked him, with Cersei backing everything he said. Ned managed to protect Arya from Joffrey's lies, but he couldn't save the butcher's boy. Sandor Clegane found him on the King's Road as he was running away and cut him down from shoulder to waist without a second thought. At number 2, we have Septa Mordane, who fell victim to Joffrey's orders. She accompanied Sansa to the Hands tournament and also accompanied her when Joffrey met her to apologize for his behavior on the King's Road. Ned knew Joffrey wasn't the true heir and tried to inform Stannis Baratheon of the web of lies in King's Landing. Unfortunately, his plan backfired, and his family was left at the mercy of the Lannisters. Joffrey ordered his men to capture both Sansa and Arya and kill everyone else. Sansa ran away, but Mordane stayed behind to delay the Lannister soldiers. The men captured her, and she was beheaded on Joffrey's orders. Mordane's death left Sansa alone with no Stark allies in King's Landing. She was left completely at the mercy of Cersei and Joffrey's brutality. He confessed to treason publicly, even though he was innocent, but Joffrey was too arrogant and insisted that Ned be executed for the act. Cersei was against this decision. However, Joffrey wanted to prove himself as a strong king and asked for his head. Sansa screamed and pleaded with Joffrey to stop while Arya ran towards his father, but got stuck in the crowd. After taking Ned's head, Joffrey raised it high on a spike with the rest of the Stark men and women who were killed at King's Landing. It was in that moment that Sansa realized the extent of Joffrey's cruelty. Joffrey loved to mock others, but when a bard named Marillion sang a crude song about his parents, he chose to punish him. Stunned by fear, he replied that every man needed hands, and, as if on cue, Joffrey ordered Sir Ilyn Payne to cut out his tongue as the entire court watched. The man screamed in pain, but Joffrey simply walked away, looking for someone new to torture. When Joffrey heard that Jaime might be his real father, he confronted Cersei with the rumors and asked her for the truth. She deflected the question, which made Joffrey even more furious. Although Joffrey didn't get the answer he was looking for, he knew there were plenty of them, and the bastards may have a better claim to the throne than him. Under Joffrey's orders, the men barged into Littlefinger's brothel and pulled Megan out, whose infant daughter, Bara, was one of Robert's bastards. The bastards' massacre shocked the people in King's Landing, and Joffrey forever became the king who slaughtered innocent children. Joffrey was especially cruel to women. He struck her repeatedly while Joffrey smiled and even asked Trant to tear her clothes off. Luckily, Tyrion entered just in time and saved Sansa from the torture and humiliation. At number 5, we have Ross, a woman Joffrey killed brutally just for fun. By this time, everyone was aware of Joffrey's cruelty, so when Littlefinger found out that Varys had recruited one of his prostitutes, Ross, to spy on him, he planned the perfect revenge. He also knew the king was itching to kill someone with his own hands, so he handed Ross over to Joffrey to do with her as he pleased. The last time Joffrey saw Ross was when Tyrion arranged a birthday gift for the king at Littlefinger's brothel. The only pleasure he found was in making Ross beat the other girl while he sat back and watched. But this time, Joffrey had other plans. He tied the woman up to his bed and shot her multiple times with his crossbow. The arrows pierced her body, and when he was satisfied, Joffrey left her lifeless body hanging as a message to his uncle Tyrion, who had tried to save Sansa from his cruelty at court. Ross's death was a glimpse of how sadistic and ruthless Joffrey could be. It's no wonder the actor playing his character received death threats in real life. But Joffrey finally met his match in Season 4, Episode 2, at his own wedding. Joffrey had married Margaery Tyrell and was hosting a grand celebration at the Red Keep. He mercilessly mocked Tyrion and Sansa during the feast, laughing at their misery. Joffrey's face turned purple, his nose bled, and he clawed at his throat. And even as he was dying, he pointed at Tyrion and falsely accused him of poisoning the king. Joffrey died in Cersei's arms, and Tyrion was immediately arrested. His death unleashed a new wave of chaos in King's Landing, one that changed Tyrion's fate forever and gave Sansa the chance at freedom.